Hello everyone, I'm Miles. The Phillips curve is one of the most important theories in modern macroeconomics because it explains the relationship between inflation and unemployment. In the short run, policymakers seem to face a trade-off. Higher inflation might temporarily lower unemployment, but only if that inflation exceeds expectations. The expectations augmented short-run Phillips curve is pi t equals pi 0 minus alpha times u minus u, where alpha is a positive real coefficient. This equation means that when actual inflation, pi t, is higher than expected inflation, pi 0, product prices rise faster than wages in the short run, causing real wages to fall. Firms then expand production and hiring, temporarily lowering the unemployment rate ut even below the natural rate u. But the key lies in expectations. Once workers and firms realize that prices are rising faster, they will demand higher wages and adjust their contracts. As a result, the entire short-run Phillips curve shifts upward. In other words, inflation expectations have themselves become part of the economic system, and supply shocks can also cause the curve to shift. For example, a shortage of rare earth resources leads to a general rise in production costs. Firms will raise prices even at the same unemployment rate, so the short-run Phillips curve shifts up again. This is what's known as cost-push inflation. Now let's dive into a practical problem-solving exercise. Assume the natural unemployment rate is 5%, the expected inflation rate is 3%, alpha equals 2, the natural rate un is 5%, and actual inflation is suddenly pushed up to 7%. Plugging this into the equation, 7 equals 3 minus 2 times u minus 5, so u equals 3%. The result shows that the unemployment rate will temporarily drop from 5% to 3%. This is the short-term effect of unexpected inflation. But what's truly important is that this equilibrium can't be sustained in the long run. Once everyone gradually adapts to 7% inflation, wages and costs rise in tandem, the short-run Phillips curve shifts up, and unemployment eventually returns to the natural rate of 5%. This is also why the long-run Phillips curve is a vertical line. In the long run, everyone adjusts their expectations, so there is no permanent trade-off between inflation and unemployment. But the story doesn't end there. If a rare earth shortage permanently damages production efficiency, causing structural unemployment to rise from 5% to 6.5%, then the natural rate itself will change. Consequently, the entire long-run Phillips curve will also shift to the right. This reveals a very profound point in macroeconomics. Monetary policy can temporarily push the economy away from equilibrium, but expectations and structural realities will ultimately pull it back to long-run equilibrium. The Phillips curve shows that in the short run, policy can influence how people feel. In the long run, the economy eventually yields to reality. The further policy deviates from reality, the stronger the eventual counterforce of reality will be.